Ever clicked on a website or app only to get stuck waiting for it to load? That little spinning wheel just mocking you? Or worse, found yourself lost in a maze of confusing menus, clicking around desperately trying to find what you need? Yeah, we've all been there. It's like trying to navigate a city with no street signs. But what if I told you there's a secret sauce to creating websites and apps that feel effortless, intuitive, and just work? Websites that load fast, look amazing, and are easy to use. That's exactly what we're diving into today. We're talking about the core principles of what makes a website. Let's get started. First things first, you gotta know who you're building this thing for. It's like throwing a party. You need to know who's coming to plan the right vibe, right? Are you building for tech-savvy gamers, busy professionals, or maybe creative artists? Each group has different needs, different expectations. Think about what they need from your site, what their pain points are, what would make their online experience smoother. You can use tools like surveys, interviews, or even Google Analytics to get inside their heads. Trust me, understanding your users is the foundation of a killer website. You know the saying, less is more. Nowhere is that more true than in web design. We're talking clean lines, clear navigation, and a laser focus on what's essential. Think about the websites you love using. Chances are, they're not cluttered with a million buttons and pop-ups, right? A simple design makes it crazy easy for users to find what they're looking for, and it just feels good to use. Stick to familiar patterns, like putting the menu at the top or the search bar in a prominent spot. Don't reinvent the wheel unless you absolutely have to. We live in a world of instant gratification, people. Nobody wants to wait around for a website to load. I'm talking milliseconds matter here. Studies show that if your site doesn't load in under 3 seconds, you're going to lose people. Think about it. You click on a link and it just hangs there. Chances are you're hitting that back button and finding what you need somewhere else. So, how do you make your site lightning fast? Optimize those images, minify your code, and choose a hosting provider that can handle the traffic. Tools like Google PageSpeed Insights can help you pinpoint any bottlenecks. Chapter 4. Be consistent, be reliable. Imagine going to a restaurant and every time you go, the menu is completely different, the decor has changed, and the food tastes totally different. You'd be like, what is going on here? It's the same with websites. Consistency builds trust. Keep your design, your language, your whole vibe consistent across all pages. Use a style guide to make sure your fonts, your colors, your buttons, all that good stuff stay the same. This creates a seamless experience for your users, and it just feels polished and professional. Chapter 5. Test early, test often. You know how in the design world, they have those clay models of cars and they test them in wind tunnels? Well, think of usability testing as the wind tunnel for your website. Get real people to use your site and watch how they interact with it. You'll be amazed at what you learn. Do they get stuck on certain pages? Are they confused by the navigation? This feedback is pure gold. You can use A/B testing to compare different versions of a design and see which one performs better. It's all about iteration and improvement. Chapter 6. Clean code, happy users. Alright, let's talk about the engine under the hood, the code. You can have the slickest design in the world, but if the code is messy, your site is going to be about as reliable as a flip phone in a hurricane. Clean, efficient code is the foundation of a website that just works. It's like building a house. You need a strong foundation to support everything else. Follow best practices, stick to coding standards, and for the love of all that is good in this world, comment your code. It'll make your life easier down the road, trust me. Remember how important testing is? Yeah, it's worth mentioning twice. Automated testing tools like Jest or Selenium are your new best friends. They can help you catch bugs early on in the development process, saving you headaches later. But don't rely on automation alone. Put your developer hat on and do some manual testing too. Go through every single page, every single feature, and make sure everything works exactly as it should. You don't want to launch a website with broken links or buggy forms, do you? Chapter 8. Keep an eye on the prize. Launching your website is a huge accomplishment, but it's not the finish line. It's more like the starting line of a marathon. You need to constantly monitor your site's performance to make sure it's running smoothly. Think of it like keeping your finger on the pulse of your website. Tools like Google Analytics and New Relic can give you real-time insights into how your site is doing. Is it loading quickly? Are there any errors? Set up alerts so you're immediately notified if anything goes wrong. You want to be the first to know if your website's having a bad day. Chapter 9. Plan for world domination, or at least more traffic. Let's say your website goes viral, like seriously viral. Suddenly you've got thousands, maybe even millions of people trying to access your site all at once. Are you prepared? Scalability is all about making sure your website can handle its newfound fame without crashing and burning. Cloud-based solutions like AWS or Netlify can help you scale your resources on demand, so you're ready for anything. It's like having a website with superpowers. It can handle whatever you throw at it. Chapter 10. Be there for your users. Even with the most meticulously designed, flawlessly coded, and rigorously tested website, things can still go wrong. That's where customer support comes in. Be there for your users when they need you. Offer multiple support channels, email, chat, phone, whatever makes sense for your audience. A well-crafted FAQ section or a comprehensive knowledge base can empower users to find solutions on their own, which is a win-win. Remember, happy users are loyal users, and loyal users are the lifeblood of any successful website. Outro: build something amazing. So there you have it. The secrets to building websites that people will actually love using. Remember, the key is to put your users first. When you get that right, everything else falls into place. You'll create websites that are not just functional, but delightful to use. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more tips on design, development, and creating amazing user experiences.